Hi there, Mr. Nichols here for Math 1094 and pages 21 and on. Now, the pages 9 through 20 is just converting different metric systems, just like we did in the beginning, the last video. We did it in meters. Well, they're having you do it in liter and in grams, but it's the same thing. Just multiply or divide the number by 10 or move the decimals. So it's just good practice for you. Page 21 is what we're working on, is conversion. Conversion from English to metric. So as we see here, we have 1 inch equals 2.5 centimeters. Once we find centimeters, then we can go ahead and translate that into meters and to millimeters or whatever we want. And we have yards to meters. Notice they're very close. 1 yard is almost as much as a meter. And miles to kilometers, okay? If you ever seen a road race, a 5K is 5 times this, which is a little over, it's 3.2 miles. So one of the ways that you can read in the book here is if you do change English to metric, we're going to multiply the number that we want by 2.54. If we're going to go from metric to English, we're going to divide by this number. Now you can memorize this. These numbers here are the most important you need to memorize. You need to remember these numbers. I would write them in a table, and then you can go ahead and memorize them or refer back to them, all right? One of the ways that helps me remember how to multiply and divide is to think about it like this. If we take 1 inch, okay, and that is equal to 2.54 centimeters, all right? So if we just eliminate the measurements here, which is the higher number? Which is the higher number? Is it 1 or is it 2.5? Well, 2.54 is the higher number. So how do we go from this number to get to here? Well, we have to multiply by something. So we have to multiply 1 times 2.54 equals 2.54, okay? Now, if we're going to go the other way, if we had this number and we had to go to this direction, how would we do that? Well, we would say 2.54 divided by our conversion number, which is 2.54. That should equal 1. And we know that 2.54 over 2.54, so the same number over itself is going to give us 1. So if you look at it, we're going to go from here to here, all right? From smaller to bigger, we're going to multiply. If we go from bigger to smaller, we're going to divide. So this is the way I think about it. It may be helpful to you. It may not. So if we say, all right, 3 inches equals how many centimeters? Well, we know from up here that this is 1 and this is 2.54. If we go from the smaller number, we're going to go to a bigger number. We know that this number is going to be bigger than 3. So we're going to have to multiply 3 times 2.54, which gives us 7.62. Sorry. All right, so notice that 3 is smaller than this. So as we go from small to big, we have to multiply. Big to small, we have to subtract. When we throw in there our measurements, we should be able to get it. Or, if you like, we can memorize this right here. To change from English to a metric, multiply. Change from metric to English, divide. Change from English to metric, multiply. Metric to, and so on and so forth. You can memorize it that way. I like to think about the numbers and their relationship. So if we turn it over and we see that we have some word problems, yay for word problems. All right, so we have A football field is 120 yards long, including the end zones. That is true. And about 53 yards wide. What is the length and width in meters? So now what we're doing is we're going from English to metric. We know if we go from English to metric, we look over here, English to metric, we're going to multiply. But by what? By 0.09. So we're going to say the length, okay, that is kind of a italicized length, is 120, and we're going to multiply that point 0.91 is going to give us our answer, and our width is 53 times 0.91, and that's going to give us our answer. So that's your answer for those two. Remember, we're going from English to metric. We're going to multiply. All right? So I hope this helps, and let me know if I can help you with anything. My email address is it's just Nichols, Nichols, at sunshinewarriors.org. So email me if you have any questions. Thank you.